It is extremely important to me that the stories we share are authentic and that we strive to tell both perspectives. I've been a local to this remarkable island 3 times and a tourist too many times to count. Our Home Your Holiday celebrates Aruba. There's a reason why Arubans are so patriotic, and there's a reason why visitors keep coming back. Let's dive into the elements that makes Aruba our home and the perfect holiday. Welcome to Our Home Your Holiday. I'm your host, Yentolu. Today we are exploring Arikok Park. Did you know it makes up 23% of the entire island? So that means there's lots to see. So Pamela and I are gonna get going. Before we go into details on the horseback riding tour we took to the Arikok Park, let's begin our journey at this part of the park. Tucked away at the edge of Arikok National Park is this breathtaking hidden gem. We are at Boca Prince, which is of course inside Arikok Park, and I've been told if you really want to truly experience Boca Prince, you will want to spend some time here because there's so much nature to see. With its towering cliffs, rugged terrain, and panoramic views of the Caribbean Sea, Boca Prince is a must-visit attraction for anyone looking to experience the wild side of Aruba. But this stunning landscape is more than just a pretty picture. It's also steeped in history. Boca Prince was once home to the Arikok people, who roamed the island for centuries before European colonization. And even today, you can see traces of their legacy in the rock formations and ancient cave paintings that dot the landscape. So whether you are looking to take in some history or absorb the natural beauty of the island, Boca Prince has the best of both worlds. But even if you're not a history buff, there's no denying the sheer beauty of this natural wonder. From the jagged cliffs and crashing waves to the sweeping vistas and wind-swept dunes, Boca Prince is definitely worth the trip. Wooden stairs give access to the beach area of this pristine bay situated alongside the rugged coastline of Aruba. So, brace yourselves and be prepared to dive into a world of pure nature, pristine white sand dunes, and a magnificent ocean when you stop by Boca Prince. The secluded area forms the perfect example for Aruba's North Shore iconic scenery. The white dunes in high contrast to the rocky shores make this idyllic spot very appealing to take a swim. However, the sign placed by park rangers strongly advises visitors not to enter the water because of the very strong and always present undertows. Sitska Vanderwall is the education manager at Arikok Park. One tip she gave to visitors of Aruba is that you should plan to spend some time at the Boca Prince stop. There's just a lot of wildlife to take in.
So we're right now at Boca Prince. Boca Prince is one of the bocas in Parque Nacional Arikok, and it's unique because it's connected to the Boca Prince dunes. It's also a nesting beach for sea turtles, and it's adjacent to a coastline that's full of tern nesting and breeding. And it's a very nice highlight where people can just take a breath, enjoy the wind, the breeze, and enjoy the scenes around them.
And for those of us who are lucky enough to call Aruba home, Boca Prince is a great reminder of just how beautiful Nos Isla really is. This historic building you see right here that sits in a prime location inside the Arikok National Park almost got turned into a hotel. Surrounded by pristine greenery and nature, Hoffontein was used as a former retreat by the commanders back in the time of the West Indies. The area eventually went into the possession of a family, so it became a private property. There were discussions that a developer would turn it into an eco-friendly hotel, but as of last year, Fundación Parque Nacional Aruba acquired it. It's an incredibly important piece of historical landmark for the island, and furthermore, Arikok Park is within a protected area, so minimizing threats is a priority.
So it has a lot of cultural and historical value, a lot of stories that we hear from people that came here for retreat early when they were younger, but also when it was used as a plant cultivation area because of the freshwater source. But eventually this got in the hands of private citizens who wanted to develop it as a hotel, eco-hotel. And that was the reason also, as the management of the protected areas, that we want to minimize the threats. So we stopped, we tried to get this as much as possible and get the financial to purchase this. So last year we purchased this, and for this not to become in a hotel.
Tyson says the acquisition of this site by the National Park Foundation is a unique and great opportunity to make sure FPNA is contributing to the conservation of the nature of Aruba, its endemic species, and its ecosystems. Tyson explains why having increased human activity inside Arikok Park would be less than ideal.
For us, especially, why not becoming a hotel is that you have a lot of impact that comes with a hotel. So you have the visitors coming in and out, but it was also planned to be part of a residence, so people would be living also in here. So as soon as you have development within your protected area, your protected area's value is going to start, natural value starts decreasing. So you have more threats. You're going to have roadkills of cars driving on our Cascabel, for example, but also the light pollution that comes with it, the sound pollution.
For the park leadership team, this acquisition is a strategic preventative measure in order to ensure the delicate balance of the island's nature, ecosystem, and biodiversity.
So this was an important decision for us to make, but also to prevent other things to happen in the future. So for the integrity of nature and the integrity of the ecosystem, it was very crucial for us to acquire this and to stop this kind of development.
We know for a fact this won't become a hotel or a residential area. We will have to wait and see as to what this will turn into, as plans for the site have not been revealed by the foundation. But I've been told great ideas are percolating. Arikok Park is also home to windmills known as the Vaterpiet Wind Farm. The farm consists of 10 Vestas V90 type turbines, each with a hub height of 105 meters and a rotor diameter of 90 meters. The turbines are anchored to circular concrete bases with a diameter of 13 meters. The Vaterpiet Wind Farm produces 20% of Aruba's total electricity needs, with a rated power per turbine of 3 megawatts and a rated total power of 30 megawatts. While exploring the park, you will most likely see them, so now you know a little bit about them. Caves are, of course, a natural attraction. There are 4 caves inside Arikok Park, and 2 are open to the public. What's really important to note, though, even though these are attractions, conservation should always be top of mind. So be respectful when you go inside of these caves to visit them. There's no food or drink allowed, no noise, and no lights, because inside these caves are inhabitants of 6 to 7 different species of bats, and we need bats to pollinate our cactus. What I just said about the bats refers directly to the Guadirikiri Caves at the park. This cave is open from 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. to visitors. All the caves at Arikok Park offer something different. If you're venturing to the depths of the caves, you'll enter into a world with stunning stalactites, stalagmites, ancient Indian rock drawings, and bats. Stepping into the mystical space of the Guadirikiri Cave means sunlight piercing through holes all around the cave to create a mesmerizing sight of light and shadow. As you go deeper into the caves, you'll see not 1, but 2 chambers that will take your breath away. With a length of about 100 feet, the Guadirikiri Cave is a marvel of nature with so much to see as you explore its winding passages. 6 to 7 species of bats call this cave home. So, it is very important to be respectful and mindful when visiting Aruba's natural attractions, such as these caves in the park. While it is, of course, encouraged for our visitors of the island to explore everything Aruba has to offer, be aware that in protected areas such as this one in the park, that there are rules to follow. We want visitors to see the One Happy Island's natural beauty while caring for the ecosystem that exists within them. While exploring Arikok Park, I spoke with Chief Conservation Officer Natasha Silva on various aspects relating to the National Park Foundation of Aruba, also known as FPNA. Their scope of work goes far beyond than just Arikok. As the only professional nature management organization on the island, Natasha and her team currently manage approximately 34% of Aruba's terrestrial industrial area. The protected areas are divided and color-coded on this map by dunes, wetlands, marines, etc. Arikok Park is the first nature reserve on the island and the largest. It is the oldest place in Aruba geologically. It is known as a very dry area with lots of drought-resistant plants and lots of cacti. As the Chief Conservation Officer of FPNA, there are things she'd like visitors of our beautiful island to know when it comes to Arubas Nature.
A lot of tourists come to our beautiful island, of course, for our amazing beaches and our beautiful blue seas, and they're amazingly warm as well. So it's a wonderful place to be on Aruba. But a lot of people don't realize how incredible our nature is. So usually people are surprised when they come to Aruba because the first thing they envision, oh, I'm going to a Caribbean island, so it's going to be really lush, it's going to be like rainforest, and it's going to be really green, and it's going to be animals everywhere. That is not Aruba. Aruba is one of the most arid islands in the Caribbean. We're very close to Venezuela, but despite the fact that it's an arid landscape, if you just take the time and open your eyes and sensitively gaze at the landscape, you will start discovering more and more.
Keep your eyes open while exploring our nature and get ready to discover.
So in Africa, they'll speak of the big five. I would encourage people to look out here for the little 30. Try and find all the tiny little species we have here, all the incredible insects and beetles, dragonflies, butterflies, but of course also the birds, and underwater our amazing marine wildlife.
There are things residents of Aruba can also do at home to enhance Mother Nature.
Even though we're standing in a national park and a lot of people think nature is in nature reserves. I think I would really like to make clear to everyone that nature on our island is basically everywhere, and it should be. Nature needs the space, just as we need space as well. Our nature is also close to us. So I know many locals in their own gardens will have a lot of wildlife, and we would really like to encourage people to start looking at planting endemic species, endemic plants and trees in your gardens to encourage wildlife biodiversity in your gardens. That's where you can also help nature tremendously.
Here's a final message to everyone while out and about on this beautiful island.
And also when you're out in nature, take care of nature. Respect our Mother Nature and treat her likewise with respect. You know, go gently, tread gently, enjoy her, but do, you know, leave with as less an impact as possible.
For a one-of-a-kind way to explore what nature has to offer, you may want to stop by Rancho Loco. You have the option to hop on a new furry friend to go for a horseback ride to journey to the natural pool. I apologize in advance for the shaky footage. I am an amateur horseback rider trying to operate a camera and hang on to the reins at the same time. The trail includes roads. The trained horses are perfectly comfortable sharing these roads with cars. The ride is an incredibly peaceful journey to the natural pool that is located deep inside Arikok Park. These horses take a special designated trail through Arikok Park that not a lot of people know of. Once we arrive at the natural pool, the horses take a very well-deserved rest while their riders take the opportunity to explore nature and to dip into one of the most beautiful pools in the entire world. One of the best things about getting here this way is the bond you get to create with your horse for a day. I loved my time with Pamela. She is the mama horse of the ranch, and she was also skilled plus very calm during the ride. I've ventured to the natural pool in many different ways. By far, this horseback ride has been the most peaceful and the most serene way to take in all the nature that the park has to offer. Thank you so much for joining us at Arikok Park today. Signing off right here by the natural pool and with Pamela, I'm Yentolu. We'll see you next time.